So Holger Rune is going to be a great player.
You know, he has a lot of passion. He loves the game.
Holger Rune's journey in tennis has been a wild ride. From epic court clashes to a carousel of coaches, he's stirring up tons of buzz. Critics claim he struggles to stay focused, but with stars like Djokovic, Alcaraz, and past greats like Mats Wilander and Becker sharing their thoughts, the tennis world is buzzing. So what does the tennis community really think about Holger Rune?
I think he has a huge potential.
All right, let's dive in. Patrick Mouratoglou and Holger Rune. This duo had their highs, but like Titanic, it all came crashing down. But not before Patrick dropped some serious compliments on Rune's potential. This summer, right before their third breakup, Patrick was hyping Holger as a future Grand Slam champ, putting him right up there with Carlitos. He has the potential to win Grand Slams, Mouratoglou said, with no hesitation.
There is a lot of work to do, both on his...
But he kept it real. Holger's got some work to do, from game tactics to staying cool under pressure. Then came the million-dollar question. Could Rune's insane drive and raw power lead him to a Grand Slam? Mouratoglou was all in, saying if he does what he needs to do, he can really be a potential Grand Slam winner. But boom, July hits and it's Splitsville. Just 5 months after their reunion, Mouratoglou announced their breakup on Instagram. Holger and I have decided to part ways. This decision was reached mutually, as we believe Holger would benefit from a different approach from his setup right now. And he didn't stop there. Patrick added, he is an exceptional player with immense potential and a strong character. I have no doubt that he'll continue to achieve great success in his career. He wrapped it up with a big closer. I will remain his biggest supporter. Some very nice words from Patrick, don't you guys think?
I mean, Rune is the player. He's top 10 in the world.
All right, Andy Roddick didn't hold back when it came to Rune's coaching drama. Picture this. The Dane has had more coach switches than most people have shoes. Boris Becker and Severin Luthi all gone in just a week. And Roddick went full truth mode on his podcast Served with Andy Roddick, calling Rune's setup unorganized. Roddick was like, look, this isn't just any coach. Severin Luthi was Roger's guy. Then he hit us with the real kicker. If you're a top coach out there, do you really want to sign up for a team that's had 3 or 4 different coaches in just a few months? That says there's got to be some serious drama behind the scenes. So, what's the verdict, guys? Is Rune's coaching roulette a legit red flag, or is it all just part of his wild journey to the top? But hey, it's not all dark clouds for Rune.
He's very mature in terms of the tactics in a tennis match. Mentally, he's very mature.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and Mats Wilander is waving the flag of hope for the Dane. Wilander's got a bold prediction. Rune will be a Grand Slam champ someday. Denmark has never had a Grand Slam singles champion in men's tennis, so this would be huge. Wilander didn't stop there. He said, I'm comparing him with Carlos Alcaraz, who doesn't seem to lose concentration as much. But here's the twist. Wilander thinks Rune's ability to switch on and off could be his secret weapon. He nearly always brings his best when it means the most, Wilander said confidently. And just when you thought Rune's coaching carousel couldn't get more intense, Boris Becker chimed in, calling Rune a rough diamond with serious work still to do. Boris broke it down. Rune's got that insane firepower and very quick arm. But here's the catch. That same fire is also the problem. It's knowing when to do what, Becker spilled on Eurosport, pointing out Rune's challenge of balancing attack with strategy. Talking tactics, knowing when to accelerate, when to take chances, and when to play defensively is a fine line, Becker's basically saying. Rune's got the skills, but needs a serious game plan upgrade. Then Mats Wilander jumped in, highlighting Rune's forehand as a soft spot. How would Becker fix it? He needs to use the heavy topspin a bit more, Becker explained. Sometimes he hits too flat or goes for that half volley from the baseline, which on a good day is epic, but on a bad day, let's just say it's hitting the frame. So Becker and Wilander just dropped some game-changing insights for Rune. Now the real question, will the Dane actually take this advice and grind it out on the court? All right, hold up. Take a wild guess who's one of Rune's biggest fans.
That is always a great challenge to play against Holger.
None other than Novak Djokovic himself. Here's what he said about Rune. He's got an insane work ethic. The moment he spots something off, he's right back to the practice court. That's what I love about the guy. He's a total all-around player. And Djokovic didn't stop there. He can play super fast, aggressive, and can switch from offense to defense like that. Forehand, backhand, any surface. But here's the twist. Djokovic says Rune is still missing that next level consistency compared to his rivals Alcaraz and Sinner. Novak's all about Rune's all-around game. Defense, offense, every corner of the court. Not bad for the Danish star, right? But hold up. Rune just spilled some tea in an interview with Los Gonzalez de Tour. And guess what? The tough questions came from none other than two kid reporters. They asked Rune who his best buds on tour were, and Rune went for the OGs. Some players my age, Alcaraz, Musetti, Nardi. These are guys who I spent time together at the junior tournaments. It's nice to spend time together. But if we're asking Carlitos, that friendship vibe takes a twist. When Alcaraz was asked who the biggest trash talker on tour is, guess who he picked? Yep, Rune. Sorry, but that's what I thought, Alcaraz said, barely hiding his grin. But it's not all fire.
You know, he has a lot of passion. He loves the game.
Carlitos has some epic words for their rivalry. Holger is a very different player. He's also coming up really quickly, and I know that we'll have battles like Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal did when they were younger for all those years. All the hard work, all the sacrifices made have been worth it just to reach this point. Now, Musetti may not usually spill on his friendship with Rune, but let's flash back to Queens 2023 for a moment that definitely sparked some tension. Picture this, Musetti's got the entire court wide open for an overhead smash. Easy point, right? But nope, he drills it right at Rune. Ouch! Musetti apologized right after, but our boy Rune was not thrilled. He kept his cool on the court, but in the post-match interview, Rune wasn't holding back. It's not the best thing to do for sure, but it's legal. He can do what he wants. It just gave me, fire in the belly to beat him even more. So I'm super happy to get that win in 2 sets. Now, let's hear a bit from the fans as well. In our last video about this Danish prodigy, some of you had intense takes. Let's see this. One fan didn't hold back, saying about Rune, he's simply not that good. Just like FAA and Shapovalov. He's a regular top 20 player who might win a few big titles, but that's it. But then someone else fired back, calling Rune's inconsistency the real issue. He's like 2 players fighting inside him, one who's all-out offense, another who's anxious and tentative. Another comment compared him to FAA, calling Rune low floor, high ceiling, loads of potential, but held back by attitude. Interesting point, or too harsh? One fan, Epistemic Cafe, wasn't impressed with Rune's on-court habits, saying his begging the crowd to cheer is cringeworthy, even comparing him to Nick Kyrgios. Yikes! Then another fan went all in, saying Rune is capable of winning a slam, but needs to kick his mom out of his box. All right now, who better to spill the tea on Rune than his mom and part-time coach Anneke Rune? She's got the inside scoop on what drives her son's game.
He's not like all the others, and he doesn't want to be like all the others.
Remember Holger's epic battle with Novak Djokovic in Rome? Anneke told APTTour.com, "I love to see the fire in his eyes against legends like that. He knows he can't make any mistakes. Watching him go all out," she says, "it's incredible. You can't help but feel proud." And yeah, Holger's intense. Anneke says that's just part of the grind. After his tough Rome match, she noted, "This is the part people need to see, the heart and the fight behind the scenes." But here's what she's really proud of, Holger's passion for the game. What I like with Holger is that he shows, yes, we are working towards being perfect, but there is a lot of struggle also, and you're not born perfect. Okay guys, we've seen some fine words from tennis greats and his entourage. Now it's your turn. Where's Rune headed? Drop your take below and don't miss our latest vid on his coaching drama.